In the video I put up a few days ago, I read my old diary from 2009 and missed out one of the best entries of them all. I'm going to read that entry to you, and then I'm going to tell you the story behind it because it is the best story I have. Close friends of mine will have heard this story before, so I apologise. But everyone else, get ready for a roller coaster ride of 11-year-old heartbreak. 19th of March 2009. Today I asked out... Fuck, he needs a name. Alex. We'll call him Alex. He said no. Again. Again is in capitals. Very frustrating. I'm heartbroken. Love sickness is the worst kind of sickness. So, this guy Alex was the first big crush that I ever had. And I was in year 5 when I met him. This kid was funny, this kid was popular, he played sports, he had freckles. I mean, what was 11-year-old me supposed to do? Basically, I thought this kid was the shit, and I was convinced that he was the one for me, and needless to say, he was not. He was not interested, even one little bit. I should also mention that this is what I looked like when I was 11. I was also the weird horse girl who didn't have any friends. There was always one in every school, and that was me. I would gallop around the playground by myself. So to be honest, it's not that shocking that he was like, no thank you. I also wasn't very subtle. I would ask him out, or get one of the popular girls to ask him out for me, at least once a week for like a solid 2 years. So I wasn't the coolest about my crush on him. Another diary entry in here is me complaining that he went to the prom with someone else. It wasn't a prom. It was a year 6 disco, but we took it all very seriously. So anyway, in year 6, we went on this trip to a museum about Egyptian history. And on the way there, I sat next to my good friend. But on the way back, I sat next to Alex. Alex had asked me to sit next to him, right? So this was a big fucking deal. This was exciting. I was ready. I was ready to talk to him and actually communicate words, which had never happened before. So we were sitting next to each other on the coach, back from this trip, having absorbed all of the information about Tutankhamun that our tiny little bodies could take. And he turns to me and says, "Hey Maya, do you like me?" Bless his little heart. He was still playing like he didn't know that I was head over heels in love with this kid. And so I was like, no. Which just was lies. I was just lying, and I probably wasn't very good at it either. Long story short, by some miraculous witchery, we ended up being boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, this was big news. This was like the most exciting thing that had happened to me since Polly Pocket had made those little cars which opened up into boutiques, alright? I was fucking over the moon. On that same coach journey, Alex says how fun it would be if we kept our relationship a secret. At the time, I was so on board with this idea. It just made it even better. I was like, yes, secret lovers, no one's gonna know, it's gonna be a romance, it's gonna be secret. Ooh, secrets. So next day at school, we're in maths, learning we didn't learn fractions in year 6, learning very, very basic addition. We would like catch each other's eye across the classroom and like smile at each other, or he'd come over to my table to get some coloured pencils, and like as he walked away he'd turn around and like look. Honestly, it was the most romantic thing I have ever, still to this day, I have ever experienced. And then a few days later, he broke up with me. And during that breakup, I said, well, can I now tell people? Because we kept it a secret. No one knows that this happened. And Alex was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So I immediately went to go tell my best friend, right? Because I knew she'd be excited for me. She would console me through the pain of the breakup, because the love of my life had just ended it after like 4 days of dating. And I told her, and she didn't believe me. She didn't believe me that I went out with Alex. She said, no, I think you've made that up. So I go to Alex and I ask him to confirm this for my friend. And this piece of he says no. And he says that it never happened. I stand there looking like a fool. In front of my ex-boyfriend. I mean, fresh. I mean, we broke up like 10 minutes before. And my best friend. And both of them looking at me like I was insane. And you want to know what hurts the most? To this day, I'm not actually that sure that I did go out with him. I mean, right. I really like this kid. What if, in all of my heartbreak, I just told myself that I went out with him? Like, that's what upsets me the most about this story, is I don't know what actually happened. I see him around all the time. We live in the same city. And one of these days I'm going to end up going up to him and being like, yo, please tell me, did we actually go out after the Tutankhamun trip in year 6? And if he says no, I'm going to have to seriously reevaluate my mental stability, because that's concerning. I'm going to choose to believe that we did, and that Alex is a damn liar and a betrayer of my sweet, poor year 6 heart. Also, I reached 1,000 subscribers. What?